Disclaimer: this video may talk about uncomfortable or difficult to hear topics. No names or events in this video are real, and any similarities are just coincidence. Five Nights at Freddy's, also abbreviated as FNaF, is a game made back in 2014 by Scott Cawthon and later Steelwolf Studios, with Scott still working on it. With a lot of several later installments in the series, including FNAFs 1 to 6, an Ultimate Custom Night, 2 VR games, way too many books, an AR game, a game based on one of the books, a game which was an absolute glitchy mess of release, the recent Secret of the Mimic, a movie with another one on the way and probably more, several spin-off games like Freddy in Space 2 and Fury's Rage, and finally, the absolute GOAT, FNAF World. Yeah, I said there are a lot of them. Although you probably already know that, there have also been many fan projects, including games, songs, VHS tapes, Gmod, a musical, which is very good, and even Minecraft roleplays. I wonder if one's currently being made that would be oh wait. But today, well, there is one fan game I'd like to talk about, and you've probably already seen the title and thumbnail. I'm talking about DayShift at Freddy's, or more specifically, the trilogy of DayShift at Freddy's. Fan games on the more comedic and satirical side, filled with phones, swearing, Grand Canyons, Dave, Matt, that kickable robot, and a really emotional story with voice acting. What the fuck? DayShift at Freddy's, created by Direct Doggo, is just an incredible and amazing experience to go through. I found myself putting firecrackers in urinals, getting spring-locked, fending off SCP-173, wait what? And all over just having a good time. It even has a fandom wiki, which I used often when making this video. Before the video actually starts, please consider subscribing and liking the video, as this took a lot of time and effort compared to my other videos. Thank you. You start the game and are immediately greeted with a Rickroll. God damn it. Okay, the first game, which I think is a remaster, was released on April 26, 2016? Jesus Christ, why do I feel old? The second game was released on June 30th, 2017, and the third game released on December 30th, 2018. That is not that far apart, and it's really incredible how fast it was released, especially with the difference in quality. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. After you press New Game, you get welcome to Freddy Fazbender's Pepperonery, and are greeted with, sir, are you okay? You get greeted with Fungi, or Phony as Dave calls him, we'll get to him soon, who I immediately got Mr. Crab vibes with. You know, someone who only cares about profits and shoving problems under the rug. I mean, he literally pays you in tokens. His name is also Scott Cawthon, and he's constantly changing suits. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. He tells me we're in the prize corner and that he wants to see his family again. You can either take a tour of the restaurant or decide otherwise. I decided to take a tour and see the sights, and they were not splendid, to say the least. I get shown the dining area, the stage. Oh no, Bunny, what happened to you? I also get told not to bring up what happened in the Arizona establishment. At first I wondered, what could have happened? Maybe some kids went missing, or another bite of whatever happened. But nope, I get presented with the option to think Foxy was thrown into the Grand Canyon. I am then taken to the arcade, where I am told about a special broken arcade machine called Happiest Day, which instantly set off flags in my brain because I thought I had heard that name before, and I did. The following are extracts from the FNAF wiki under Happiest Day. The Happiest Day minigame is the sixth and last hidden minigame in Five Nights at Freddy's 3 to complete. Along with the End of Night minigames, this is the only minigame not to be replayed from the extras menu. The minigame depicts all of William Afton's victims after his death, together at a party before finally vanishing. If the player has all 5 minigames beaten with their respective cake endings, the spirits of Gabriel, Fritz, Susie, and Jeremy will be present, wearing the mask of the animatronics they possessed. Running to the table will place a cake on the table. The 5th spirit at the right of the table will don a Golden Freddy mask. All 6 spirits will then disappear, and their masks will fall to the ground. The 6 balloons will then fly up towards the room barrier, mostly out of view. Finishing this ending will trigger a unique star to appear on the main menu, and this is saved to the game file as well as a unique variable signifying that the good ending has now been realised and the spirits of Gabriel, Fritz, Susie, Jeremy, and the 5th child can finally pass on to the afterlife while Charlie's spirit departs to tie up loose ends. I just want to quickly talk about how FNaF 3's good ending is one of the most beautiful endings to a game I've seen. Even if it wasn't the end of William, Henry, or Michael's story, it still felt amazing to see the animatronics' heads with no light on in them, signifying that souls had finally moved on. With the track Don't Go by Tim Giuliano in the background, it just fills me with peace and sorrow for the children that finally got to see their happiest day when it was taken from them so long ago. Okay, sorry about that. We then go to Pirate's Cove, which has a salad bar for some reason. Why? I doubt the pepperonery has any food safety regulations in place. I get called an idiot because apparently the restroom corridor is for restrooms, which did not need to be stated. I also get told about the bleeding out room, aka the super safe handy dandy safe room. Also the fact that if I die I will be fired. Phony says that if I keep asking questions, I will end up with the others in the dumpster out back. He also says that the previous springlock smelled like something I don't want to repeat, and I wonder why he knows that smell. We get sent to the kitchen, which is where you can earn a few extra tokens by selling pizzas. Then we go to the office hallway and Scott tells me that if I enter the secret room, different from the safe room, I will also be fired if there is anything left to fire. I then get to the final room of the tour where I name myself Jack because that is the protagonist's canon name, get denied contact with my trade union, and sign the paper. I am officially part of Hell on Earth. I go outside of the security office and begin my adventure. I decide to scrounge around to see what I can find, and end up finding Bonnie's face, so I decide to give it back to him, to which he says,
"Employee, my fucking head is gone. But it's not the same. Please return my..." Thank you.
I then talk to Freddy, who seems suspicious, but that's fine, I think, and then I decide to rickroll the pepperonery. To which the phone seems upset about. I then speak to Chica and decide very quickly to not, and I quote,
"Devour my hot bird ass."
I leave. I go to the safe room and meet Dave, the strangest aubergine man in the game. Also the only aubergine man in the game, and the first thing he says is,
"Hello there, old sport."
easily one of his most iconic lines from the series, along with,
Okay, I see darkness, 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 the bomb, darkness. Pick up the facts, pick up the facts, pick up the facts, pick up the facts. Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon, Grand...
and my personal favourite, which isn't as iconic,
the plastic bear. They had to stop manufacturing this one due to the shins constantly breaking apart. They were poorly made shins, mind you. Those little brats just kept going straight for the shins every goddamn time. Lord, if you think the trash aisle was tedious to keep repairing, at least the kids called it quits on that once list and kept the shins relatively intact.
Yeah, poor Toy Freddy. The first thing he asks us is how much we like Freddy's and how we're going to be here for a long time. We tell him to cut the bullshit and he
I'll
claims
tell
the
you
company
what's
has dirt on
bullshit.
him and that he wants to
The
leave.
fact that you can leave here? Well, kid, I have a business proposition. I want to leave this place, but the company has dirt on me, so I can't turn my back on them. You're a clean now I need to pay and watch hands to do some dirty work. If
He
you
asks
do
us to
this
do
for
something
me,
and we will be
you'll be
rewarded nicely.
Just hear me out, kid.
He tells us
Back
that
in
he
the
shut
day,
down a
my
Freddy's
dad
in Utah
Freddy's
by doing
shut
something
down
that
in
may get me
Utah
stricken
by
down by the
murdering some
YouTube gods
toddlers in a
forever.
suit. The place was quickly shut down. I'm being watched, so I'd rather not get my hands dirty. You knew, blood, so they wouldn't suspect you of doing that.
And tells us that all we have to
Let's
do is
say
lure 5
5
customers
kids
to the
back
safe room
here.
wearing a
They'll be
Springlock
wearing
suit.
a costume all at once. I'll make it worth your while.
I tell him that I'll save the kids, to which he responds,
I hope you're quick then.
and then leaves. To my knowledge, there is no way to save the kids, but that does not stop you from getting the happiest day ending. I finished my first day getting tokens by selling pepperoni pizzas. You need a total of 650 tokens to get the happiest day ending. At the end of every day, you climb out of the window and end with the message, "Tomorrow is another day." After every day, there is a minigame, kind of like FNaF 3's post-night minigames. The minigame that plays at the end of day 1 is Freddy putting party hats on the 5 victims, with the game ending after the last hat is put on the child. One of the first things I see when I start the second day is Dave in the hallway, and he looks kinda stupid. I listen to the tapes and do the deadly minigame. I then go towards the arcade and repair the happiest day minigame. I go into the machine and I am faced with the puppet, and I'll just play the scene for you. And so I leave, to save the kids. Let me just pause for a second. This scene was sad. I felt so much dread about the fact that I couldn't save them. I thought maybe if I go into the machine on the first day, I would be able to save them. But I wasn't. It just told me that repairing the machine would be too hard and that I should do it tomorrow. But by then, it would have been too late. They were always destined to die, whether by my hands or Dave's. It would never matter. I would always be too late. This really messed with me, but I had to accept it, otherwise the children would never get their happiest day. I already had the main 3, because putting Bonnie's face back just felt like the nice thing to do. I got cheeky because I was serving pepperoni pizzas because they gave tokens, and I just wanted to see what would happen if I rickrolled the pepperoni. I just needed to destroy a urinal and the salad bar. So I got the firecrackers on Tuesday and destroyed the urinals, setting Golden Freddy's spirit free, and grinded pizzas until closing time, only needing one more pizza. I finished the day not seeing Dave, so I left through the window and headed home, with the reminder tomorrow is another day. The after-day minigame for day 2 was playing as the puppet, putting the children into the suits, with the game ending as the puppet held one more body, Golden Freddy appears, ending the minigame. Day 3, Wednesday, starts with the phone telling me about some investigations and that the restaurant might have to be shut down for a few days. After he lets me go, I head over to the kitchen, serve one more pizza and buy the crowbar from Matt, then destroy the salad bar and set the final child free.
Free us.
I enter the happiest day minigame again, and, well, I'll just stay quiet again. I think you know the drill by now. With Schubert's Serenade, also known as Bonnie's Lullaby, seemingly played at a lower pitch, playing in the background, it's no wonder that the idea of children finally seeing peace after what happened to them is just so heartwarming. The spirits leave, and so do I. This scene is truly beautiful, but it's not over yet, for we still have a happiest day to catch. I spent the rest of my day hanging with the animatronics on stage and earning a bit of extra cash. There is nothing else to do now except wait for Friday. We say goodbye to the phone guy and leave. Phone guy stayed late to talk to the police. No sign of the mysterious purple man today. You leave through the window and head home. Tomorrow is another day. The after-day minigame was played from the perspective of Scott, who follows the spirit of Noah, the fifth child, to his final resting spot, where a distorted, uneasy, and quite frankly disturbing version of Don't Go plays before Scott decides to seal up the safe room forever.
You know.
On Thursday, we are told that the pepperonery will be shut down forever, but not before one last birthday party. We tell Scott that we will be there and leave to head home.
Hello. This is just to inform all employees that due to budget restrictions, the previously mentioned safe rooms are being sealed at most locations, including this one. Work crews will be here most of the day today, constructing a false wall over the old door face. Nothing is being taken out beforehand, so if you left anything inside, then it's your own fault. Management also requests that this room not be mentioned to family, friends, or insurance representatives. Thanks again, and remember to smile. You are the face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits, a yellow one. Someone used it. Uh, we have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. Uh, uh,
Today, phone guy told you to attend a party tomorrow. Apparently the place was closed today. Kind of odd having a party during a mass murder investigation. You remembered your promise to save the kids. With their happiest day minigame complete, their souls will be at peace soon. Now you must attend the party. Tomorrow is another day.
Pick up the facts. Pick up the facts. Pick up the facts. Pick up the facts. Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon, Grand Canyon, Grand.
Huh, I guess that solves the mystery of what happened at the Arizona location. Friday starts with Scott telling us to put on the cool cat suit. and then we go to entertain the kids. We do a dance for them. When suddenly, the birthday boy appears, and oh my god, why is it so ugly? Sorry about that. It then turns out that the whole party was a sting operation to catch the murderer, thanks to a tip from that goddamned phone.
This entire party was a sting operation. Mr. Fangame, your boss. The phone man, come quietly and we won't have to wrestle you.
As you start to go quietly,
What was that?
the rat, named Furfur, bursts into the room with a very dramatised version of Pop Goes to Weasel in the background. He claims he wants to drive out the mongrel dogs of the Empire. When this happens,
Hold on just a minute. It is I, the real Fred Bear. Yes, gaze upon my glorious spring locks. Run, employee. I will fight this monstrosity.
we run away, as per the bear's instructions, and tell the phone that we have a happiest day to catch. We also get fired, but that doesn't matter. We're finally at the happiest day, and let me leave you for one last time.
Yay, cake.
Look, we're robots again. Lol. Just like when we got murdered for no reason. Now that you've acknowledged our needless deaths at your company's hands and given us cake, we can float into the cruel, unrelenting void, never to think or feel anything again.
Here we are again, at the end, that familiar FNaF good ending screen in front of us, accompanied by his partner music. It's the end. Well, for these kids, they can rest now. No more waiting, no more happiest days. They can finally pass on. This ending truly is one of the best Fangame endings, right? Unfortunately, that title goes to Day Shift at Freddy's 3, my personal favourite. I originally planned for the video to be Day Shifts 1 to 3, but that seems unfeasible. The raw footage alone as I'm writing this is 39 minutes and 34 seconds long, and I haven't even added anything yet. Thank you for watching. This series really means a lot to me and I would love to do the other games too. Thank you to Direct Doggo for making these games. Also go check out his other game on Steam called Dial Town. Thank you for watching through the whole video. Please remember to subscribe, it would really help a lot. Now then, I have another day shift to go to now. Bye.